Sabermidgey or Cass Lake or Walker, Cass County, and listen to the scanner. If there's a white kid out there and there's curfew or anything like that, their parents are either called to come get them or they take them home. When it's a native kid, they're taken to jail. And it's like that from the kids on up all the way through, and what it's used for is used by the sheriff's department and I don't know, juvenile halls or whatever. They're all using it for statistics, pat-their statistics on crime is rampant on the reservations, and they need more funding from state and federal governments. And that's all it is. It's just like the reservation, RBC uses this for head counties, counties and states do the same thing, They just pat their statistics with it.
All we are is a big cash cow from sitting here with no rights whatsoever.
Whether the kid's committing a crime or not, it has nothing to do with it. It's just money with them. And to show that they need it, that's how they pat their statistics on everything they do. Now you take when the Stone decision come down. If you want to go through the records, we always try to get a track record done on Cass County. Nobody do it, but all of a sudden they're saying, well, you didn't need a driver's license or traffic violations didn't apply on the reservation. So all of a sudden they stop you. All of a sudden everybody gets disorderly conduct or obstructing the legal process. You don't get a traffic ticket no more, but it's automatic disorderly conduct. Whether you did anything or not.
Yeah. Didn't they continue enforcing the traffic laws on tribal members after this?
Oh yeah, they disregard their own laws. But who's to force them into complying? It's like the counties around you. The Indian Child Welfare Act was supposed to be a federal law too, but counties don't follow it. But there's no penalties regarding that law for any of the counties or anybody that wants to disregard it. So if they disregard it, well, there's no consequences for them.
Like
they keep stopping, harassing, and and just for whatever reason they want, they stop you. It's automatic disorderly conduct. And if you mention jurisdiction to them or they ain't got jurisdiction over the matter, then all of a sudden it's obstructing the legal process. Or they come in with any charge they want.
Until 1994, was it?
I think it was 94. Memory serves me right.
I believe it was. I think it was just before. Was it just before they were indicted? Wadena was indicted.
Yeah.
He signed that letter, sent that letter off to Ada Deer, saying they were gonna disregard all the old solicitors' opinions and that we were a sovereign tribe and we were gonna have our own courts and police forces. But that's the letter I always mention, that it starts out with the membership. The membership never had anything to do with it or even knew about it.
Sure.
So.
Well, they had initially intended that as a constitutional amendment, right?
It was supposed to be an amendment, but the people managed to rise up and stop that amendment from going forward until a constitutional convention was held. We've never ever gotten that. We've never had a constitutional convention. They've had some meetings and workshops, I would say, I guess, over the years, but there's never been a convention, not where the tribal membership from all 6 reservations could gather and decide if,
Oh, they never really had workshops or anything where the people were involved in any of the process.
They had workshops and meetings that their employees ran, or only their employees attended, but that was all. They never had one that would involve the people, and I don't see why that's not possible. Even more so today with our casino monies and with every reservation has big convention centers now, and we've got the resources and we've got the money to have that convention even more so today than we did 20 years ago. But of course our resources are held from us by these same men, same group of people. So, but that was another thing. No matter who the faces change on them RBCs, and we can elect different people to office, the attorneys and the administration, the top administrators, still stay the same. Those don't change. So it's just a big farce, I think. I mean, to even think that electing somebody new into office here again is going to change anything, because it's not. It's not. The only thing that would change it is I'd say to shut it all down and wipe the slate clean and elect, either come up with another way or elect 5 whole new people in there. And I think that's how that IRA was designed, to do exactly what it's done. And that's why they have the staggered terms too.
Wasn't that what happened in 1996? That the people made an effort to create a new system of government on Leech Lake?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What do you think?
They were about to do that. And someone got to Eli on his way to Grand Portage that time. Because a bunch of people, we all traveled up to Grand Portage. There was a lot of people that traveled up there that time. And,
that was where the TEC rescinded their
TEC,
interpretation of
yeah.
majority vote and instituted primary elections.
Yeah.
Is that the first time, I think, that they ever made provisions to bring people to a TEC meeting?
Yeah, it was. I don't think they've ever done it since either.
Well, that's one way. I mean, when they enacted 180, the TEC. Now 180, well, all that is, it states that only the TEC can interpret the Constitution. So their judges in these little courts they have are not judges in the sense of judges, like in a Supreme Court or appellate judge, or even a county court, district judge for that matter. They're just employees that can be hired and fired at any time, for whatever decision, and we couldn't take, say, now the RBC, like we're saying, they control every aspect of reservation life, from housing, jobs, right down to health care.
Education, health care.
Education, health care. If you go up to the hospital, if you're in need of surgery, well, the doctor's got to go to administration. Administration goes to the RBC, and the RBC okays the surgeries. So they're in control of everything.
Form, yeah.
Your right to feed yourself by hunting and fishing, they license that. If they don't like you, they're trying to pull that from the people now. So they control every aspect of your life on the reservation. And it amounts to oppressing your people, doing a better job than the counties were given to do. Because we could fight the counties back, court-wise. This way, we can't do it here. You can't take a situation where, even though by a constitution we're supposed to be guaranteed all the rights and resources available to the tribe. But how do you take that into one of their courts if the judge can't interpret the Constitution? Use the Constitution as any kind of, you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So there's not an avenue to go to. You can't go to the state. The state don't have no jurisdiction, and the federal government don't have jurisdiction. Nobody has jurisdiction. They sure got jurisdiction every time a tribal member does something wrong, or they even assume he does something wrong, or if somebody says he does something wrong. The incarceration rate on the reservations and by the surrounding counties is crazy, and not just this reservation. It's, I think, any reservation in Minnesota at least. Surrounding counties are making a pretty good penny off them. right down from the kids, the poor kids, they ain't got a chance. They start out as, they'll find truancy charges on them or whatever, and that poor kid, he'll never get out of probation, and he's lucky if he gets out by the time he's 30. He's criminalized from the time he's a little kid. He doesn't have a chance in life. He's kept under the county and state, in and out of their situations, and it's all a money thing by these guys.
Back in the mid-90s there, I can't really remember if